Alright, so today I'm going to show you guys my ride to physical therapy and I'm going to talk about the reason why. So, a couple months back, um, I got hit on my surron. Inside because we had some weather drops. I didn't want the battery to get damaged. But in the meantime, I'm getting ready to go. Pretty easy. I mean, the Navi's awesome. You just get on, you roll the throttle, and you go. So, I'm headed to that now, but I was on the way to dinner when I got hit for the first time. I just bought the bike about 2 weeks prior. It was in perfect condition until that lady hit me. Um, I'm really not upset with her for it. You know, accidents happen. She did not handle it as well as I think she could have, but she did handle it in a decent manner. So I was on the way to dinner. I was going that same direction, except I made a turn right there to the right. And when I did that, I went through the front because the front is safer than the back, as there's a hotel instead of the apartments and the restaurants that I was headed to. So when I did that, she actually appeared so in the parking lot, it's like you're going straight how I am, and then from the other direction, there's a road, the main road. So she did not have a turn signal on. I was at my stop sign, and so I assumed, okay, you know what, I can go. So I began to go. I think I was in mode 3, so it wasn't too fast off the bat. And when she turned in, she not only turned in to the parking lot, but she turned into my lane. And she tried to swerve to avoid me, but she swerved the same direction that I did. And my bike ended up colliding with her. I unfortunately did not have the GoPro of that, but it's the one time I didn't wear it. And then after that, once she hit me, I don't remember much from what happened. Even when it happened, I couldn't remember much. All I know is that when we collided, the next thing I know is that I woke up literally under her car. I don't know if I passed out, I don't know if I just blinked or what, but once that happened, my helmet was also off, which I didn't understand. My phone was thrown and my helmet was off, but I never ended my helmet because I know you're not supposed to. I'll take a quick pause. I'm at PT, so currently I'm just trying to find a place to park. In a second, it'll switch to when I leave. That part's not as bad, but you know, you can see I struggled to leave. So after she hit me, she actually did help me get off onto the curb and sit there, and she moved my bike over. I don't know how she picked it up. She looked pretty weak, but no offense to her. She was a mom, so you know what? Maybe mom's strength took over. I'm struggling to park this here. It's only 200 and something pounds. But yeah, and it honestly was fine. Once she got me to the curb, I didn't call my parents first. I called one of my closest friends first because I was supposed to see her after I eat dinner, and I was like, "Yo," and like I was shaking when it happened, so I was a little nervous. And then I called my mom, saying, "Here I am now leaving PT." But I called my mom shaking, and I didn't even say anything. It was quiet for a good like 15 seconds on the phone, and I heard her say to my dad to like go back because they were also on the way to dinner on the golf cart. I took my bike to test it out. They took the golf cart because we could not fit on my bike, right? So they came around, and at the time, the lady who had hit me had claimed she went to go park her car. Well, she didn't come back for a good probably maybe 10 minutes or so, which was kind of frustrating to me and my parents. Someone that saw everything happen came by and made sure we were all good. In the meantime, my mom called 911. They had an ambulance come and check me out. I had a few injuries, so I was in short set of t-shirts, so I had road rash on both my legs, especially my right knee, which there's still a faint scar today. And then the left side of me took most of the brunt, so my left elbow was pretty damaged, which is why I was in PT. I know it's not smart to ride a bike to PT when the reason is because you got hit on a bike, but because this Navi's automatic, I don't have to have my hand on the handlebar, or it can just rest there and not actually put pressure. And this is about 6 or 7 months after the accident. It took me forever to go get seen. But anyways, back to the story. So once the paramedics were there, they checked me out, and the lady was talking to the police, and she tried to explain that it was my fault, which I would understand that, but it also wasn't. I was stopped, and then she turned in and into my lane, and the other lady even saw that. So, yeah, right there I'm maxing out at 52 on this bike. Kinda sucks, but whatever. So, that happened, and it was very shocking because it's like, you just hit me, And she even claimed to have kids of her own that she would hate for that to happen to, but yet she did that to me. She appeared to be under the influence, too, so after a long day of typical baseball day for her kids, which she said they had. Well, being in a Chevy Tahoe, I would not be surprised. So it was actually right there by that sign. Yeah, but the police couldn't actually do anything about charges or anything. One, because the surron doesn't have insurance on it. So there's no way to actually be like, oh, well, insurance can take care of it, blah, blah, blah. No, and because it was on technically private property, the cops couldn't find me for having the bike, and they couldn't do anything about her hitting me. So that part kind of sucked. She claimed she was gonna pay us so I could get a new helmet or whatever, and she never did. So I ended up having to pay like $130 for a new helmet, which is fine. I'd rather be safe. But that's pretty much the story about what happened. And now that I'm home from PT, I just gotta put the bike away, and then you know what? Be thankful every day that it was not worse, and that it could have been worse.